Hi, welcome to Willswheels 10-minute tea break. This week you'll notice the cup is run empty. That's because this week has been one of Northern Ireland's special weeks with lovely sunshine and then with hail and snow and gale force winds, and although it's stopped just now, it means that I don't really want to take you outside to show you anything. Plus, what we're doing this week is just a continuation of what we were doing last week anyway, because we had the Easter holidays in the middle, praise God. So because of that, I'm going to show you something for this 10th episode. I'm going to show you something different that you haven't seen before. So we'll have an empty cup because we're going somewhere. Well, I said I was going to show you something that you haven't seen. So, this is where everything happens. This is a Navara Violet 750i E38, not long wheelbase, it's a short wheelbase with lots of specs. It's got blinds in the back, wee fancy blinds. This here sort of thing. Wooden bits on the steering wheel. All the interior is leather. It's beige leather. It's got leather door cards, leather center console, leather dash. Does this one have the TV? I think this one has the TV, the sat nav with the TV in it, and some of the other options and stuff, blinds and stuff in the back and all that sort of thing. But it was hit at the front, so some of the bumpers were damaged and it had been laying up for a few years, so that car just became a parts car. This is a 1986, I think, 86, no 87, E30 Sport, Tech 1 325 Sport in Dolphin Grey Metallic with brown houndstooth interior, which is really nice, but can't see, so has to be broke. So there's no getting around that. That one's gonna be broke. Pity, really nice car, but what do you do? E21, I think that was a 316 if I remember right. I can't remember which one was which. There's a couple of them in here, and that one's been, everything has gone off that car. That's why we keep E21 so long. Roof's been sold off it, back end's been sold off it, front end's been cut off it. I think some of the floors sold out of it as well. Everything sells off one of those cars just because they rust so bad. So when we get one that isn't too rusty, like so, then it gets chopped up for bits, as this one has. We'll squeeze around a bit more. This you're going to struggle to see because it's buried under so much stuff. That is a Cosmos Black E36 328 Sport. It was a manual car. It was quite high mileage, which is why it ended up getting broke. I had actually kept that one for restoring, but then we got another two in that were both lower mileage, way lower mileage. One's got 64,000 on it, so this one just became a parts car. I think most of it's still there. I think there's still an engine in there. There's an engine in there. So yeah, there's still loads of good parts in that. So this is another E21. This I believe is the lapis blue one, and this is a 320, which is a 2-litre 4-cylinder carburetor engine. It was an automatic as well. Actually reasonably good again body wise. Just certain things just made it a breaker. You know, the arches were gone, wings were gone, bits of the floor was gone, and windows were missing, had been missing for a long time, so it was easier just to break it. Some cars have to die, so other cars can continue on. Now if you want to squeeze all along here, and what we've got here, what you can see here, is this is a Dolphin Grey E28 528 automatic. That was quite a nice car as well, very highly spec'd. I think that's been following me around for maybe about 6 or 7 years now. It's definitely been about 3 or 4 different different units. Still nowhere near getting completely broke. I think there's still half an interior in it, and the entire running gear is still in it. Eventually it'll get broke. Good doors and everything on it. That actually, I started breaking that before E28s were so scandalously hard to get. So it's kind of a pity, but it's too far gone now. The front end's been cut off it. Would have saved that if I seen it now, but too late. This is an interesting one. E23 745i turbo. I got this as a swap. I got this and I think 2 engines, an M20 engine and an M10 engine, for an M30 manual conversion kit to go into his E28. So that's how that one came to be here. And I don't think we've sold very much off it really at the minute. It's kind of buried in here, as you can see. So well, this is where all the cool stuff is buried. So this is the world's most rusty, and I do genuinely mean that, it is so rusty, E10 2002. This is completely beyond restoring. Roof is rusty, like the roof is in sections. Door skins are hanging off here. There is no arch, there is no boot floor, there is no rear balance. There is some front end. Bonnet is half rusted as well, but this is a fantastic donor for bits of trim for a couple of the other 2002s that I have in storage. This was even getting this off the trailer when it came back. And in fact, I think I took a bit of video of it. It was such a mission that I took some video of it, and I'll splice that in just here. So that's probably the rustiest thing that we have in there, but it's not the most out of shape thing. The most out of shape thing is what's behind me. Now, I know you won't be able to see what's in there covered by all those bumpers, but what I'll do is, again, I'll splice in just into this wee section of video, boom, here, boom, here, some pictures of what this looked like when it came to us. This actually is a 2000 E39 M5 in Le Mans blue, and this used to belong to my friend Scott, who unfortunately had a bit of an accident on a track day and rolled the car, and I'm very glad that he walked out of that. Once you see the pictures you'll understand it is crazy. So this car is in the process of being broke. All the major components have been taken out and sold. The engine was actually good, the gearbox is good, diff is gone, and a lot of the rest, all the bodywork is ruined. So at this point then we're down to just extracting the last few pieces that we can from it, and then that'll get squashed. But yeah, it's nice to have an M5 sitting, you know, in the corner of your workshop, even if it is a completely totaled one. Over here is a bright red Capri, and I thought that might get your attention too. That is a Mark II Capri, which has previously been double X-packed and now has been reduced to single X-pack. This is a slightly modified, more than slightly modified V8 Rover engine. It's sort of a hybrid now, I think, out of different bits. So it's actually a 3.9 out of a Land Rover, not the standard 3.5 Rover V8. With other additions then to it to make it work in the Capri. So you have to run SD1 parts at the front, or else Rover 3500. You can't run the Land Rover things because it has a ribbed belt instead of a V belt, which doesn't fit. So you have to revert back to the earlier stuff, blah blah blah. It's a whole pile of stuff like this, conversion parts to make it work. But anyway, there's a 3.9 V8 sitting in this. That should make this some going car. It was actually a 3 litre V6S before this, so it wasn't like it was one of the poverty spec models anyway, but we need a V8 everything. Yeah we do. Okay, this is This is our attic. This is where interiors go. This is full of cool stuff, like blackberry, sort of purpley red interior for an E46 coupe club sport. Split fold sport leather in slate green for an E39. And then once you get a bit further, then the light starts to go and you have to get torches out and stuff. But you can sit in a seat and just hide away from everybody else up here. Like I said, it is blowing a gale force wind outside, and there's hail and there's bits of snow and all sorts of things. It's not pleasant to be outside and show you stuff out there, so I have to stay indoors today. We were outside earlier and we nearly froze to death. Hopefully you enjoyed some of what you've seen there. I know it's not quite barn finds, but it's sort of like that. It's sort of exploring, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've seen something that piqued your interest, and I hope that you're enjoying these videos and that you'll subscribe, you'll watch, you'll share them with some other people maybe. We're going to come back to you later with some more videos. What we have coming up next now, after we've done 10-minute tea breaks now, and then what we'll do now is we'll show you some of the completed restorations that we've been doing. We're going to show you the videos of those, and they'll be coming up next. And then after that, that'll give us a chance to catch up and to get some fresh stuff in, and then we'll be able to come back to you with some more 10-minute videos about what we're working on at that time. And well, that's all for now really, and hope you have a good week. Until we see you again, cheerio.